before the court today, having been instructed by Sheria Mtaani na Shadrack Wamboi to come and bring and appraise the court on the difficult task that has been endured by persons living with disabilities, insofar as the access to courts and consequently access to justice have been disadvantaged and infringed upon. On the 18th of December 2025, we wrote a letter of demand to the judiciary, particularly complaining about the accessibility of Milimani law courts by persons living with disabilities. This was after it was noted that persons living with disabilities have a difficult problem accessing courts. And this goes on to members of the public. Those are litigants, advocates, and even some of them are employees of the judiciary. The good thing about our constitution is that we have embraced what they call transformative constitutionalism, where the rights are now being enjoyed by the people and the state is mandated to implement and put measures to ensure the maximum enjoyment of those rights. Persons living with disability have their rights enshrined under Article 54 of the Constitution, which gives them a right to dignity, and that right ought to be exercised to give them the full realization of their rights and any other Bill of Rights that belong to a human being as provided in the Constitution. Now, unfortunately, since the 18th of December 2025, we did not receive any response whatsoever from the stakeholders and from the judiciary regarding the measures or what they were going to do to remedy the situation. We were simply calling for the installation of very simple amenities to enable the blind, people who cannot utilize the functions of their legs properly, or any other disability at that. The simple provision of amenities to assist them to move around. If you move to Milimani commercial courts, that is a court that does not even have a lift. And it is a court that goes even upwards of 4 floors and 5 floors. So where are these people supposed to access these courts from? Our petition in itself raises this question, given that it demonstrates a lapse and a breakdown in systems which are meant to protect these people. If you look at the Disability Act, it calls for the realization that these people living with disability must have a recognized right to access these places, and not just public places, even in public transports. But the council that has been mandated to overlook that public institution have these amenities, what they call the council under that act, have not even visited Milimani law courts following our demand letter to come and give what they call adjustment orders. And those orders are meant to condemn Milimani, for example, Milimani commercial courts, the lower courts, for not even being friendly at all even to the old people. Therefore, guided by the Constitution and the rights that are encapsulated in our statutes, we are going to seek the enforcement of these rights. And we will be appealing that if the council responsible for granting adjustment orders to the caretakers of this building, that is Milimani Law Courts and Milimani Commercial Courts, let them do their work. If not, we are going to be unrelenting in the pursuit of justice for persons living with disabilities. Thank you.
If you look at the Milimani Commercial Court, we have no lifts. The court goes up a number of flights. People going up there can only use the stairs. Tell me, what would a person with a wheelchair do? Tell me, how does a blind person go up those stairs? Why don't we have lifts? Why wasn't it thought about? Why isn't it being considered again? You come to this court, Milimani, the criminal court. From the main entrance, you'll have that problem for persons to enter this court. The only place that has ramps is one side of the court here, on the left side. The other places inside the court, apart from the lift, the other places people have to access using stairs. We have witnessed today, quite seriously, a prosecutor on a wheelchair falling. This is why we are saying this. He fell. They were struggling to bring him down the stairs into the court that we were in, court number 1. How come this has never been considered or thought about? Does that person keep on coming here and then suffering the same fate? When these letters and these petitions are put across, do you think it is done because people just want to joke or have nothing else to do or time to waste? Why is there a lack of sensitivity? And even if it has come in later on, why isn't it being enforced? Why isn't it something being done about it? Why are we having letters being ignored? Why are we having petitions not being replied to? Does the system care? That is the question.
Well, as Cliff has said, it was quite a very sad moment when you see an officer of the court falling and being picked up by the people he's going to prosecute, by accused people. At least the accused people have a sense of humanity. We issued a demand letter to JSC from December 18th. The JSC has not responded. As we are sitting here today, the JSC is interviewing judges of the High Court. Where will those judges who are disabled going to sit? Which courts are they going to access? You start from the basic at the cell, ground down there where the arrested people are held, both at the police cells and at the prison cells. There is no way those people are going to access the courts. Number 2, you come to the entrance to Milimani Criminal Court number 1. Court 1, Court 2, Court 3, Court 4, Court 5, Court 6, Court 7. No disabled person can be able to jump over those stairs. And we shall be working with the members of the media so that you see what we are telling you. You bring to the attention of the world. The Disability Act, which the lawyers use, we have sued so many organizations. And we come to court. The judges and magistrates push fines and declare some buildings unfit. So we are pushing to declare, 1, the Milimani Family Division That is where the family division sits. This is where old fathers, old mothers, old parents are going for cases of succession. This is where children are going for their matters. So we want that family division under the commercial building declared unfit for public use. The second one will be the commercial court, the Chief Magistrate's Commercial Court, which also has no lift or no ramp. The third one is the Employment and Labor Court in the High Court, which is domiciled on both this side of the High Court and the other side. There is no way anybody can access that. We come to the anti-corruption courts. There is no access to people who are disabled on those courts. We come to the main Milimani High Court or Milimani Court. It has every sector, every division of the High Court. It has every division: criminal, magistrate, children's court, family division. All those courts are not accessible. So the first issue we have raised is to declare Milimani unfit as a building until it complies with the building code, the code that has made it mandatory that any building where the public access must have a ramp. Number two, the whole of all those courts have no washrooms for the disabled. We have just been told that the people who come to this place, when they want their short call, they want to go for long call, they have got to go to an SSF building. Is that fair? We are representing from judicial officers. We are representing from officers called the state councils, from the Attorney General, from the DPP. We are representing probation officers who come here. We are representing children officers who come here. We are representing police officers, investigators who are stakeholders and use these facilities. We are representing the public who are litigants, some who are witnesses. So all the people who come here, a quick sample of the flow of people to Milimani law courts per day. We are talking not less than 200,000 people frequenting Milimani law courts daily. That goes to over 1,000 people in a week. How many are physically impaired out of those 1,000 people? They have come for justice. Is the judiciary and JSC giving them a place to access? Access to justice is not only proceedings in court. The physical infrastructure is very key to access to justice. So, as we said, we can walk around, we see what we are doing, so that nobody says Cliff has created a story. Let's walk and see what we are talking about.
Get it.
The only way to these courts and the only way to the prosecution office.
This is the way heading to this court. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is heading to court number 40 court. Let's move there.
The right hand side.